everybody, and welcome back to my channel for this Tuesday morning, afternoon or evening across the world where you may be at. And today is Autistic Pride Day, and I thought as an autistic woman this subject is important to discuss and to bring to the public attention. So I've got some information here on my notes about what Autistic Pride Day is, so let's get into it. What is Autistic Pride Day? Autistic Pride Day is observed on June the 18th every year, which is a day dedicated to celebrating the neurodiversity of individuals on the autism spectrum. It's a time to recognise and embrace their talents and abilities of all autistic people worldwide. So what is autistic pride? It originates from the autistic community to emphasise their autism is not a disease or something to be cured, that it is a natural part of variation within the human brain. So that's the next bit that I got to notice about. It is a day to educate and promote awareness of advocacy and education on the public about autism and the diversity of the spectrum, to share personal stories to help better understand and accept, and to celebrate autistic identity and culture, to do campaigns online, social media. There is hashtags out there such as hashtag Autistic Pride Day, hashtag actually autistic, hashtag neurodiversity. These hashtags are being used to create positivity and acceptance. Rainbow infinity symbol. This has been used to represent the infinite diversity of individuals on the autism spectrum and their whole contributions to society. Activism, used as a way to advocate for policy changes and to include autistic rights, accessibility and inclusion within the community life, and a call to acceptance and accommodations for autistic people. So why does Autistic Pride Day matter? It matters because it is about challenging societal norms that autism is still seen as a disorder or defect or mental impairment. Instead, we need to be seen as being valuable and recognised by our strategies and strengths of being autistic. So what are my autistic thoughts as a autistic woman about this subject? My personal thoughts as a autistic late diagnosed woman is I want Autistic Pride Day to be recognised, not just about inclusion and acceptance, but understanding, and a way for the community to learn how to understand and communicate with all autistic people across the spectrum, such as myself, who have to daily battle to go through society struggling just to be heard and understood. I wish that people would be more understanding and tolerant about autism, but unfortunately it is yet a daily struggle to be seen. To communicate, I feel I have to be made a lot better at sharing my autism story, but we have got a lot better at sharing autism acceptance online and in person from what I've recognised, especially within websites and reading materials that I've got my hands on. I was late diagnosed, so I've had to learn how to come to terms with many people and learn how to communicate my own needs and abilities. So it's basically just a way to talk about autism in a positive and to help people understand what autism is, what the spectrum is, and our different needs, abilities, because obviously everyone on the autism spectrum is different. There's people who are non-verbal, there's people who need text-to-speech, there's people who need to communicate on the iPad who can't talk, there's people who need to communicate with sign language, American Sign Language, British Sign Language, there's people who will need carers 24/7, there's people like me who are fully independent, live on their own, and need very, very little support. Or when she does need support, there is people in her family and support network who are there to help her. I think Autistic Pride Day is also a day to recognise not just the valuable contributions that we've made, but to include us in meetings, whether that's government meetings, political meetings, disability meetings. It is a day to be heard, accepted, valued, respected, understood. It's a day to challenge society's norms on it. It's a day to educate what people might think about the stigmas, stereotypes, assumptions on autism. So I think this is a day where we still need to work on it and promote it and share it and let people know that today is the official Autism Pride Day. It's a day to actually get our voices heard, our stories heard, our experiences heard, because each and every one of us is different. Each and every one of us will have something different to say on the topic. And I'm very, very strong about campaigning about this kind of thing. I want people to know that autism isn't bad. It isn't something to be cured. It isn't something to be fixed. It's something to be valued. It's something to be used. It's something to be accepted. It's something to be learnt about. We are all different. We all have our different traits and behaviours and coping strategies. But please, 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 guys, everybody, please go and communicate with someone who's autistic. Please get to know them as a person. Please don't just see them as the label, the disorder. you know, the struggle. Please get to know them as a person, because a lot of us, once we make friends with you, we are very, 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 very loyal, and we'll be dedicated to you, we'll help you, we'll support you in any way that we know how to. And please, guys, make today a positive day. Make it a day to accept, understand, learn, not criticise, not to judge. Make it a day to really get to know autistic people in your community, because I can guarantee there's at least one person that you've known today or will know today that is autistic and that is needing that friend, that listening ear, that hug, that talk, that support. You know, there is someone there that is waiting for you to help them and guide them and support them and understand them, respect them, to not judge them, because unfortunately we do get a lot of judgment and critique and name calling and labelling and bullying, and you know, it's just not needed, it's not wanted. We should be further forward in society than what we are currently right now. It's something that we need to be working on. Autistic Pride Day, today of all days, should be a day to push that agenda forward, push that community forward, and just accept us, treat us as humans rather than the label or that we're children, because again, that is something that I've witnessed recently, that I've been treated like a child and been taught, oh, Gemma, you know, do you need help, Gemma? Like, don't patronise us. Please, 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 please. Just take the day to learn. I will put some resources in the description box down below about what autism is, how you can support us, where you can go to get support if you know someone who's autistic in your life, whether it's a work colleague, a friend, a family member, someone who you may be associating with. You know who you could meet could end up being on the spectrum. So I hope you've enjoyed this little video of my thoughts on Autistic Pride Day, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.